Biological diversity or biodiversity can be defined as the variety that we see in the living things that exist on the earth. Thousands of species of animals and plants are found on the surface of the earth. A wide variety is seen in their shapes, sizes, and body parts. From microorganisms and unicellular plants and animals to giant-sized trees, vines, and huge animals like elephants and whales, there is a great diversity everywhere and in all aspects of living things. There is a tremendous variation in the eating habits, bodily systems, and species, and in the factors that transmit chromosomes from one generation to the next in all these plants and animals. There is also much variety in the body structure, life patterns, and habitats of species that belong to the same class. As an example, let us consider the class of animals called Pisces, which include all kinds of fish. As you all know, some species of fish live in fresh water, while some live in saline seawater. Some are tiny, while others are giant-sized. Some fish use their tail fin to change direction, while others use it as a weapon to defend themselves. Some fish have a short lifespan, while some have longer lifespans. Thus we can say that even though all kinds of fish belong to the same class, a variety is seen in their body structure, habitats, life pattern, etc. So, students, till now we saw that there is great variation in the sizes, eating habits, body structure, life patterns, and habitats of animals. Environment is also an important factor that brings about biological diversity. As you all know, in any geographical region, the environment changes from place to place and also in the course of time. So, variation is found even in those living things which live in the same environment. Example, aquatic living things, whether they live in ponds, rivers, lakes, or seas, all show a great amount of variety. Plants and animals living in deserts are different from those found in coastal areas. Also, plants and animals belonging to snowbound regions differ from those of flat plains. Now, let us try to understand why is it important to conserve biodiversity. The needs of all living things, including those of human beings, are met or satisfied because of the diversity of life forms. Our basic necessities of food, clothes, and shelter, and other important necessities like medicines are met only because of biodiversity. Thus, biodiversity is important for the existence of living things. Let us try to understand the environmental importance, emphasizing the role of nature's chain in it. Students, imagine that in a forest, tigers are the only animals left. There are no herbivorous animals left that the tigers can feed on. What will the outcome be? They will starve and their number will decrease due to starvation. As a result, the predators will not be able to live in the absence of their prey. This shows the necessity of prey-predator links in nature to continue. Because, as we have seen, if any one of these dies out, the other two is sure to die. Thus, we can say that only if the balance between the number of plants, which are called producers, and the number of herbivores, carnivores, and decomposers like bacteria are maintained, then nature's chain can continue to survive. Now, coming to the reasons for the decline in biodiversity. The population of our country is growing at a very high rate. This is the main reason for the decline in biodiversity. The rapid growth of population led to an increase in the demand for food grains. Farmers began to grow crops that yielded bigger harvests which could be sold for higher prices. They began to use the single crop method of farming and left the traditional method of multi-crop farming. This has endangered the biodiversity in the plant kingdom. In the case of animals too, hybrid and imported breeds have replaced the local varieties of cattle. With the entry of foreign breeds, the local ones are now threatened. Certain animals are being hunted, hence the types and number of animals have dwindled. Some species have become endangered. Some have become rare and some have even become extinct. The demand for land for housing has increased manifold. As a result, land which once had abundant forest wealth has been cleared by cutting away the vegetation from it. The colonies being built on for people on this land are constantly growing in number. Various activities like huge construction works of dams, roads, factories, etc., as also mining not only cause unbridled consumption of natural resources but also destroy habitats rich in biodiversity. Pollution is one of the major causes for the extinction of many species. Thus, the rising temperature proves dangerous for some rare and sensitive species that can only survive in certain specific conditions. Large-scale changes can take place in natural habitats as a result of changes in the climate. These and many other such reasons are responsible for the decline in biodiversity. To conserve biodiversity, it is necessary to protect and conserve endangered species. Let us see what measures are being undertaken for protection of rare species. Laws have been made to help protect plants and animals of rare species. Various measures are being undertaken in order to protect rare species. Some of them are creating national parks and sanctuaries, declaring some areas as reserved biodiversity zones, undertaking special projects to nurture specific species, to nurture some species of animals and plants in zoological or botanical gardens respectively, to compile and document traditional knowledge. Efforts to protect knowledge related to biodiversity have already begun. Emphasis is laid on people's participation for the same. We know local species show many characteristics such as resistance to disease, survival in adverse climatic conditions, shorter life cycles, etc. These local species can be crossed, that is, intermixed with new ones to get the advantages of these characteristics. However, strains of local varieties of plants and animals must be preserved. Seed banks have now been started for this purpose. Gene banks for preserving the genes of certain local varieties have also become possible due to advances in the field of biotechnology. Now, let us have a look at the reserved biodiversity zones. Reserved biodiversity zones are the areas where wildlife is protected. But the local people are permitted to carry on with their daily life and work. A treaty for protecting plants and wild animals in danger of extinction because of international trade has come into force since 1975. This treaty regulates the import and export of all kinds of wildlife. In 1992, a treaty for the protection of biodiversity was adopted at the Earth Summit held at Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. This treaty emphasizes the need for nurturing biodiversity.